This is Shabar Israel, and this is just a prophetic video concerning the fall of Damascus. The book of Isaiah tells us that Damascus will be a ruinous heap, and the nation of Edom had what you call a high Mars system that they have placed on both sides of the city of Damascus. The name itself alone caught my attention. If you have your spiritual eyes and spiritual ears open, this would immediately raise a flag. Hi, Mars. Who are they really seeking spiritual power from? Who are they really calling on at this particular time? It's not the Most High of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If we go to simply Wikipedia and research Mars, it tells us that in ancient Roman religion and myth, Mars was the god of war and also an agricultural guardian, a combination of characteristics of early Rome. And he was second in importance only to Jupiter, and he was the most prominent of the military gods in the religion of the Roman army. Most of his festivals were held in March, the month named for him, Latin Martinus, and in October, which began the season for military campaigning and ending the season for farming. So they had initiated the process on Damascus by calling on the god of war. If I was President Assad, I would hunker down in the ground somewhere because Edom was blessed with the sword and he will use it. And it tells us that there is a season for this God, and it's in the so-called month of October. The thing is, the Most High showed me that the 5 moons, starting with the Gocc Himars, or the whole house of Israel, would take place within 5 months. That would put you roughly at the end of October and early November. And the Most High has revealed this to me. We can go to the book of Acts, and Paul tells us that in the 17th chapter that he stood in the midst of Mars Hill and said, Ye men of Athens, I perceive that in all things ye are too superstitious. For as I passed by and beheld your devotions, I found an altar with this inscription, To the unknown God, whom therefore ye ignorantly worship, him declared unto you. Even here, Paul is acknowledging such a power. These are none other than the fallen angels and their seeds, which are the Nephilim, that I can vouch for myself, have had several experience that these beings are amongst us as we are living in the last sands of time of this Roman Empire. And brothers and sisters, the Most High is going to let this happen because he has to cleanse the earth of its filth. We are about to witness the fall of Damascus as the Carmanians and even the Russians, nation against nation, and then the Carmanians, kingdom against kingdom, with the rest of the Japhetic brothers, bring this thing to the Most High's will, to reverence him. He said that he will bring all the kings from the rising of the sun to the setting of the sun to reverence him in these last days. Damascus will soon, very soon, become a ruinous heap, and the redemption and restoration of the nation of Israel is at hand. Those who have an ear, let them hear what the Spirit is saying. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. And for those who refuse to take part in the tree of life and to drink from the fountains of living water, let them be unjust still. And the bride say, Come, Yeshua, come, thy kingdom come. Amen.
The U.S. military has stepped up its presence and firepower in the highly strategic deserts of southeastern Syria. According to U.S.-backed militants, American forces have set up a second base around 65 kilometers from Atanf in Homs province. Militants say more U.S. troops and weapons are arriving at both bases. Special forces are also patrolling distances up to 100 kilometers from Atanf. Meanwhile, the U.S. has moved its long-range artillery to the region. A senior U.S. intelligence official describes the deployment as a significant boost, as the artillery known as Himars has a range of 300 kilometers. Tensions have escalated recently near Atanf in Syria's Badia deserts near the Iraqi border. U.S. warplanes have twice bombed Syrian troops advancing on terrorists. American forces are deployed in Syria without the consent of the government in Damascus.